Welcome guys on my YouTube channel. Now we are discussing the social distancing during the one COVID-19 because it is a very important part of our daily life. Okay, let's moving on. Introduction. One of the way of limiting spread of infection disease of infection COVID-19 is to be practice social distancing. This is a not new concept as the most society have been aware of the value of keeping away from people who are suffering from infection for many generations. And the objective is to reduce the transmission, delaying the epidemic peak, reducing the size of epidemic peak and the spreading case over the longer time to relieve the pressure on the healthcare. So this is the best thing. In our culture, the many people think that is a touching is a crime, but non-touching is a crime, but it is a not crime. It is the actual need of our society. Our religions make by many research and many research and observations of the society. After that, they wrote some rules of people's connecting and socializing life. So this is the formula of social distancing in social life. So let's moving on. What does the social distancing involve? It is an action taken to minimize contact with other individually. It has been suggested that maintaining a distance of approximately 2 meters from another and individually result in the marked reductions in transmission of the most flu virus strains including COVID-19. Okay, let's moving on. In practice, this means that avoiding close proximity to other peoples will aid in the slowing the spread of infection diseases. Social distancing is the one of the non-pharmaceutical infection control action that can stop or slow down the spread of highly contagious disease. How does it work? The virus that caused COVID-19 is currently spreading easily from person to person. When the healthy person come into the contact with the respiratory droplets from cough or sneeze or any infection person, they or can catch the infection. Okay. So the World Health Organization WHO state that COVID-19 is transmitted by the droplets and vomit during the close unprotected contacts between an infector. Okay, if vomit an object or a material which is likely to be carry infections such as a cloth, utensils and furniture. Therefore, in a transmission of infection can be avoided by the staying away from other people as well as from the touching infected vomit. And social distancing aim to be decrease or interrupt transmission of COVID-19 in a populations by minimizing contact between potentially infected individually and healthy individually or between populations groups with high rates of transmission and the population group with low level of transmission. Let's moving on. How far it is? How far it is? That is the point. The studies on outbreak of infection disease such as flu suggested that social distancing is an effective way to reduce the number of people infected provided that measures are thorough and that they are continued for suitable length of time. A study on 1918's influenza epidemic comparing between the state and the USA demonstrated that benefit of applying social distancing. A recent systematic review by the Fong et al. In 2020 found some evidence from the observational and simulations studies to support the effectiveness of the social distancing measure during influenza pandemic, and timely implementations and highly compliances in the community would be useful factor for the success of this intervention. Okay, let's moving on. Method of social distancing. These are the important methods you should keep in your mind. Cancellations event which involve the large number of the people gathering together, such as sport games, work conference, thereafter production, theater production, cinemas, closure of community facilities. These facilities can be included. These facilities can be included swimming pool, gyms, youth clubs, community center, workplace closures, closure of non-essential workplace, closure of schools, closure of college and universities, and the shielding, self-shielding, individually limit face-to-face contact, individually avoid public places, individually avoid public transport, shut down and reduce public transport. Difference between the social distancing and shielding. Shielding, like social distancing, is recommended to prevent the spread of infection, but is a particularly aimed at protecting vulnerable people like that elderly, those with an underlying conditions. It is involved minimizing interactions by staying at home, but also minimizing all non-essential contact with other member of the households, and measure to protect the extremely vulnerable peoples by minimizing interaction between those who are extremely vulnerable and others. And this means that those who are extremely vulnerable should not leave their homes, and within their homes should minimize all essential contact with other members of their household. And these measures include strictly avoid contact with someone who has a sign of symptoms of the infection, stay home, do not attend any social gathering. This is the important point. This includes socializing with friends, families, not just official function, including religion gathering, but also in your home or there. Do not go out for shopping, leisure, or travel. Where the possible, arrange for food, medications to be delivered and left on the doorstep to be the minimizing contact. Make use of remote technology to stay in touch. This is a much easier in a world that now has mobile phones and the internet and social media. If contact need to be made with medical or other essential services, make use them telephone or online services. And the key message to avoid or at least minimize the contact with all people. This is the formula to keep you safe by this virus. Is social distancing is a new concept? No, definitely no. It has been around for many generations and in many different regions of the world. Resources, I am, you know, take this information from these points, like European Center of Disease Prevention and Control. Consideration relating the social distancing measure and response on COVID-19 epidemic, and UK government information on COVID-19 and social distancing. UK government is a measure of shielding peoples and defined of the medical vulnerable COVID-19. Okay? And this question, is social distancing is a new concept? No, it is a old concept, and many religions have this concept. And some foolish peoples make the law for non-touching is a social crime. It is a not social crime. It is the made for people's safety. It is made for the prevention of viral diseases. So many peoples and many religions have this type of rules that they are not touching each other's. And but after some time, some people make this other way and make other sense, because they think that if we are not touching this people, it means this people is a very dirty people, and this has no kind of things, and this type of things comes by our social evil and social communication gap, which is not true. According to me, that is the point where we can understand in during the COVID-19 that social distancing is a necessity of a social life of human. If a human contact to other persons, if they can be friends, they can be strangers, but they should maintain the social distance. It will be helpful for their immunity, for their health, and for various way you can see. And the benefits of social distancing, I elaborate everything in this slide. I hope you will understand what is the concept beside it. I am totally agree with all the way which I am explaining these all things. Let's moving on. Thank you guys for being us. Please like and subscribe our channel and hit the like button where you can get notification whenever I upload any new video. So share with your friends, share with your colleagues, so you can understand very well in this during corona season, because corona is a very dangerous virus for humanity and for human life, for human beings. So we should fight with it with our proper precautions, with proper education, with proper authentic knowledge. So I think you will understand what I want to say. So okay guys, thank you guys, bye bye, love you, take care, be healthy.